I've spent my 20s building a UK-wide home buying company, a nationwide estate agency, or realtor, as you'd say in the US, and my own personal property portfolio, and oh my, have I made some stupid purchases building my businesses over that time. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 5 dumbest ones, starting from the least expensive dumb purchase that cost me about £900 a year till I noticed it recently, to the most expensive dumb purchase that's cost me just over £115,000. And in fact, when you total these 5 things up, it's cost me the best part of £250,000 over a 10-year period, which honestly makes me feel a bit sick. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe because it helps me out. Cool, let's get into it. Dumb purchase number 1 cost me £903. This is more of a dumb mistake rather than a dumb purchase that cost me the £903 last year. All because I didn't realise that with my American Express card, of which I spend about £150,000 to £200,000 a year on, was charging me 2.99% on every purchase I made outside of Great British pounds. Luckily, most of my purchases are in Great British pounds. However, last year I had about £30,000 of purchases that were in dollars, and so I paid about £900 in currency conversion fees. Now, look, I'm fully aware that most bank providers you have will always charge you some sort of percentage fee when paying for things in other currencies. However, American Express offers the American Express International Currency Card, which, as you can see, costs $100 a year, but now means I pay no percentage fee when I make payments in dollars when I use that card. So yes, it's a bit annoying to have to use one card for pounds and one card when I pay in dollars, but that $100 a year cost to have that card is now saving me over £900 a year, and I'm still able to collect Amex points, so completely worth it in my view, especially as in general I've spent more and more each year as my businesses have got bigger and bigger. Dumb purchase number 2 cost me £27,000, and for this one, we're entering the world of Google AdWords. 73% of paid search marketing online belongs to Google, so in reality learning how to use AdWords is pretty critical if you plan to do any sort of online marketing in your business. I've personally spent close to £1.1 million on Google marketing over my 20s, as you can see here. But here's the thing, not all that spend was money well spent. I've made some really stupid mistakes that hopefully you can learn from, like not pausing campaigns when I thought I had, and making mistakes on the keywords I wanted to target. And although it's hard to get and put an exact figure on how much money I've wasted, I'd estimate that I've probably wasted about 2.5% of my spend on stupid mistakes, so about £27,000. And all that was 100% avoidable by 1, just being focused on having a higher attention to detail on my online marketing campaigns, and 2, completing Google's own AdWord training courses sooner. If you search for their courses online, they are all there, they're all completely free to complete, and you can actually get certified by Google as you complete them, a complete no-brainer. Dumb purchase number 3 cost me just over £37,000. This was outsourcing my website design and web page creation. It's so tempting to, rather than learn how to do something yourself, to outsource it. And please don't misunderstand what I mean by this, because outsourcing is a really good thing. It's helped me better leverage my time, save money on not having to hire certain professions full time, for instance. But outsourcing has also wasted me a lot of money, and I'm going to share a specific example and what my solution ended up being. So I wasted £37,080 on hiring a marketing firm to redesign and rebuild my website, alongside creating some new web pages and content for it, which at the time seemed like a great idea, until I realised that in reality I'd paid close to 40 grand for someone to design a website for me with my instruction. No way it's cost them anywhere near that amount of money to do it. And in reality, what I now do is use freelance websites like Fiverr. I prepare a clear brief of what I want, and freelancers can bid to compete for the project, or I can select specific freelancers based on their rating to help me complete anything I want, and it's all fairly priced, reasonably priced. This video, for example, that you're watching is edited by a brilliant editor on Fiverr. Dumb purchase number 4 cost me £43,000, and I think this one will surprise people, and I'm almost a bit embarrassed to share this one with you. I've wasted £43,000 on stamps. Yes, stamps. So what I was doing before was buying books of second-class stamps from the post office, which now costs 85p a stamp. Pre-COVID, they were about 50p. And then we would manually print off letters, put them into envelopes, sticking the stamp, and then posting it off. Now our system is entirely different. We don't print anything off. Instead, all the letters we want to send get transferred to a printing company that print the letter for us, sort them out, post them second class for the total cost of 26.141p per letter, which is 31% the cost of a second class stamp. And we're not having to print the letter ourselves, so it's an even bigger saving when you add the cost of the paper, printer ink, the labour, and so on. To put it in perspective, because I've managed to cut the cost of sending letters so much, we're now able to send more of them because it's completely changed the ROI on them. In Q1 of this year, of 2024, we've sent just over 88,000 letters, which would not have made sense to do if we were paying 85p a stamp. But let's get into the worst of all the purchases. Dumb purchase number 5 cost me £115,000. This is the big one, the biggest learning curve I've had to endure building my businesses in my 20s, was wasting money on recruitment agencies. Again, this is like the mistake I made wasting close to 40 grand on outsourcing my website design. There can be a time that outsourcing your recruitment to a recruitment agency is really helpful and the must-do thing, especially if you're looking to headhunt a specific type of personal role. But I came to learn that in my specific case, I was just throwing money down the drain, because most of the people I hire in my businesses are sort of customer service and sales type roles that are ideal to find on online recruitment websites. So you can see in the screenshot the total amount I've spent on recruitment over the years, but also you can see the most recent line item costs. So over a 6-month period, I employed 6 people through a recruitment agency, and it cost me just under £23,000. However, since using Indeed, the online job search company, I spent £889 more recently over another 6-month period and got 4 hires from that spend. So spending £3,800 a hire down to £222 a hire. Now, the only downside is before, a recruitment agency was sending us pre-filtered people for us to interview. Now we look through candidates online, we invite those that look good for a quick 15-minute Zoom call to make sure they come across well, and if they pass that, they then come in for a physical interview. So saving £3,500 per recruited person is maybe costing us about 2 hours of additional time. A complete no-brainer. If you're interested in making money, I'll see you up here in the next video.